So in previous tutorials, we created a simple terrain and we render in our main view, but sometimes you want to save this work as well. So let's look on some of those basic render settings. Right on the top where we're going to access, we have our render. If we left click, it will start rendering, but if we right click, you can see right here it's changed to the gear. So let's click on that one, and you notice the render options menu is open. That render options can look a little bit different depending on what version of the view you're using. I'm working with View Extreme version, so it's have the all properties. And if you don't have some of them, just ignore it. So again, we won't go that deep in this. We'll have special tutorials just on render options when we going in more advanced type of the view. Overall, what I want to point is this one preset quality. You notice right here we're on preview. When you render your art, I would recommend preview more as a test. Try to list a final, which will enable much better blur and enable all this additional effects, or you want to go higher. So for animations, you want to go list broadcast because it will enable motion blur you can changing. But right now we'll switch to the final one. And usually when I render, I don't necessarily like to render my main view. I like to keep my images separate. And it's also allowed to access a stack of the images. I'll show you in a second. So for this one, we'll keep it render to the screen. So I want to change right here my destinations, render to the screen. Notice we have it before render in active camera view, which was right around this area. We also have it render to the screen, which is have this pop-up window for us. We can also have some other options off screen or save to disk, and we'll look later. So we ignore all the other properties except for this one. This is tell us what resolution I want to render. Right now 320 by 180 is very low resolution for me to render. So I want for the tutorials many times as a preview I'm going 800 by 450, and I'm going for other project depend on what size. I always can modify. I can click on an image, I can type in for example 2000, and you notice because the aspect ratio is locked, it will does for me X and Y, so it's a width and a height, so it will adjust for me automatically. As well, you can switch to DPI. By default, most screens will have 72 DPIs. Retina will have a different 210 or other ones, or you can have it print 300 DPI, so you can change those. Don't worry about those numbers. We'll come back to all these render options in other ones, as well to all this additional stereoscopic and all this fun stuff. You can always change your aspect ratio by clicking down and modifying like widescreen, your TV, or you can use it free user defined. So in this case, there you can see right here they unlock. And if I want to make a very strip on this, I can make, for example, 800. Let's click OK. Notice what's happening in my view. It's actually representing how it will render. So in this case, I have a very long strip. I can make tall if I need it, but in any case, I will make it very wide. So let's go back to my options. So what we did right now, we set our render quality on a final at least. So we want very good haze and other stuff. We also set render to the screen, and we'll see this in a second what's happening. And we set 2000 by 800. This is quite a bit high. So I'm going to switch down, and notice as I'm switching, it still save my ratio, my proportions from a wide to height in the default. Even I am not check right here. If I lock this and I modify, you can see how it's modifying both of them. Okay, but anyway, let's go back to our settings right here. All set. We'll click OK. We can render from that screen, but what I want to do now is a left click, and you can see start rendering. So what's happening? It is render. My post rendering. Let's just click close OK for this. And right here we have this separate screen when it did render. So it took only 3 seconds because it's very simple scenery. And notice what I like right here, I have it my stack renders. The render display this menu, how we can access to our previous renders. We'll look in a specific tutorials just dedicated to this view because we had a lot of cool options here. comparison, all these modifications, all these different layers, we can save it. So we come back to this later. But overall, right this area, it's where it's render. What is important for me right now, it's this button, which is Save Display Pictures. And as I'm clicking on this, you can see it's opened my normal file browser, so I can save it, my image. And I have a big choice from what I want to save. So if I click down Save Type, I have all of these different type of formats. One thing what I just want to point, if you save as PSD, it will save additional information. So most time I do save as Photoshop style format. And if you save as JPEG, pay attention to these options. So if we go to options, the quality says in 70%. So it's set by default. It's meaning when you save, you have this compression noise, and sometimes image does not look sharp and nice on colors. So if you save a JPEG, put it to the 100%, so it won't have the compression, and it's save a best quality. Of course, you always can switch to the PNG type if you need it, or other ones which does not have this type of compression. So again, it will save for you better. But always notice you again still have it on the options, you still have it your quality, that you always want to go to higher quality on your image. Anyway, right here, this is most important for us. When we have different image, we save it, we stock them, and we can render. The nice things about the render the stock, that we will have it information of your previous image. And so for example, if I accidentally close it and I render another one image, and I'm like change and go back, want to go, but right here it's notice for me it did save some image. How many you can save of those, you can specify in your settings, and we'll look on this a little bit later. But just keep in mind that reason why I like render on a screen, because I have it more accessible. I can preview, I can always come back to my image by clicking right here browse, and you can see I open my pre-render image, and I can save them again if I forgot, or I think maybe this version is actually better, so I will go back to that one.